Hello, everyone. Welcome, collective, to the Moon Report. My name is Marlene. I am your resident moon goddess, and welcome to the full moon in Pisces. And it is an eclipse, everyone. How are we feeling? Let's take a moment to take a deep collective breath together and just arrive to this moment wherever you are, whether you're here watching live as the moon report is happening or you're replaying later. You are exactly where you need to be, listening the information that is meant for you, and I'm so happy to be bringing it to you. So the full moon in Pisces is such a deep full moon. And I mean, if you ever wanted to move into releasing and be in the vibration of letting go, this is it. Quite uncomfortable, isn't it? And there isn't a better full moon to end a cycle with than Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac. And a full moon, which is the best time for us, the best phase of the moon, rather, for us to release the things that are no longer serving us. And with Pisces, these things usually have to do with that you cannot control. This Pisces full moon especially is a dissolving moon, a moon that allows us to see what we're really uncomfortable with. And usually the themes are around the unknown, not knowing, not sure, not wanting to surrender. And this is exactly the message that Pisces full moon has for you. Surrender, let go, and get uncomfortable with the unknown. And that is something that us as humans, we are not very good at. We are not good at, you know, being okay with things just being the way that they are. And as humans, we try to hold and we try to, you know, um, influence, and we try to be proactive, and we try to be, cautionary and involved. And all of these things are, really connected to who we are as human beings and the way that the mind is built to help us survive. But when you literally cannot control one thing and everything seems to just be dissolving the way that it is and unveiling in the way that it's going to, we are again met with our friend surrender. And in this eclipse that is happening in Pisces and Virgo, where the nodes of the moon are, the north node being in Pisces and the south node being in Virgo, we are in this axis of that pull between what you can control, what is controllable for you, and what we must surrender to. And for everyone, it's showing up differently. You know, um, a lot of people, if you've noticed, are getting sick. There's this like purge happening, and Virgo rules the physical body. So it doesn't really surprise me that this is like a time that our physical bodies tend to purge, tend to get sick, and use that as a way of flushing out of the system. So, what else are you being asked to flush out? What else are you being asked to let go of? And just because it's painful doesn't mean it's wrong. So if that you're being shown to surrender to is just super painful or super difficult to do, it doesn't mean that you're flushing out is bad. You know, if we can look at things a little bit more abstract, if we can hone out of the detail for just a moment and accept that there's a greater purpose, a greater design that is being, manifested or unraveled, then maybe we can look through the perception of it being removed for something new, for something better. And it's really interesting and rare because Virgo, the next Virgo new moon will be the second Virgo new moon of this year, and we will be ending this eclipse portal with another Virgo new moon. So, it's almost like being shown in a different way what needs to be released. And when we're talking about eclipses, eclipses are an event that pretty much change things, and whatever it changes, wherever these themes are showing up for you, there will be a permanent change of some sort. You will not be the same person that you were outside of this eclipse. Something would have changed in your path. And some of us may be feeling that already. Some of us have maybe yet to feel it. But I can tell you one thing for sure, that it's going to involve tons of surrender. It's going to involve tons of things that you're going to be uncertain of. And really take a look at that relationship with uncertainty. How's it working for you? How's this relationship of yours with the unknown? And with accepting that life will be uncertain most of the time, even when you think things are certain, they will be. There will be an element of your life because it's just part of who we are, part of how we navigate this dimension, this realm. So even if you focus this full moon on just letting go of the things that affect this relationship that you have with uncertainty, that's a great start. And it's one of those full moons where you're like, well, what is it that I have to let go of? Like, you know, it's like, my goodness, if there isn't uncertainty permeating through every aspect of our lives right now, I don't know what is. Everything's up in the air. I mean, I pretty much didn't know if I was gonna get on this report about 2 minutes ago. It was really difficult to get online today. And, and I'm being really, really minimizing this, trying to be funny and minimizing this like dynamic between uncertainty. But you guys get what I mean. Collective, everything is up in the air. Everything is changing in front of us. Things are, currently filled with events and situations that we do not understand. And if that's happening on a macro level, it's for sure happening on a micro level for each and every one of us. So, in this time of uncertainty, what can you do to move through these spaces? And I really invite you to, allow creativity to be a part of your daily lives. You know, allow yourself to emerge into things that you love, and they don't really have to be for an outcome right now. Maybe you can just do things for pleasure and fun and things that really move you and inspire you and connect you to more of this unknown. So, meditation is definitely a great practice to be incorporating during this eclipse season. You know, a form of meditation that some of us may use is prayer. You know, not all of us, are connected to prayer, but affirmations is something that some of us, most of us may use in our daily lives. And these practices of either, um, moving meditations, yoga practices, an actual meditation practice, practicing silence, getting into creative mediums, um, journaling, um, you know, things that connect you to something beyond you, some force, some life force that doesn't really need you to define it in a specific way. And these are things just to help our nervous system kind of adapt to, excuse me, to how we react to this kind of energy, to having to surrender to what is, to understanding that there are things that are just out of our reach for us to control. And I keep thinking of that. If somebody remembers it, put it in the chat, because I'm probably going to paraphrase this prayer that I think it's like the prayer that they use even in the 12-step program, where it's uh, um, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, to someone must know it. Um, and they'll put it in the chat. I think it's to the knowledge to the serenity prayer. Yes, Janine, thank you. The serenity prayer. I believe it's grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Um, Here we go. The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking, as Jesus did, this sinful world as it is, not as I will have it. And there's so many versions of this prayer that I've seen. This is the most, thank you for whoever shared that. Anna, thank you so much for that. Um, that's, there's so many versions of that prayer. And that's one of the more formal ones, which I hadn't read in a really long time. Thank you for that. Um, and I like that prayer right now. Um, I keep getting reminded of those words. And I think it could be a helpful mantra for whatever it is that you're moving through right now. Because I'm sure, 99% sure, that you are being asked to lean into something, give in to something, surrender to something. And those words are so powerful, not only because they're beautiful and they're in that prayer and in that mantra form, but so many people have repeated it and repeated it and repeated it as a form of surrendering to what is right now. And it holds that force, and it holds that acceptance, and it holds that bravery within its words. And these are the types of things that I would practice right now in repeating words that allow me to accept where I am, what my life is showing me, what the situation really is. Because with this eclipse, we are going to be shown things that must change. And we're probably going to be shown how little our hand has to do with any of that. So I just want to offer just a small cleansing meditation, a small visualization to close this off so that we can begin, so it could begin to assist us in moving the debris, moving any kind of discordant energy that no longer serves us in this time. And kind of just clearing the space so that whatever needs to move in you begins to move. Whatever needs to be shown to you, if it hasn't already, begins to be shown to you in a gentle, peaceful, graceful, compassionate way, loving way. And to kind of give you a little bit of life force, a little bit of movement in your life force if you are being confronted with something super difficult. Something that makes you want to throw your hands up in the air and say, screw this, you know? Something that's trying and gnawing at your patience. Let's get that kind of ushered out and flushed out of the system. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. Right. Yes, Anna, I see your message now. Thank you so much for sharing that with me and with us in the report. And then go ahead and just take a few moments, if it makes you comfortable, to close your eyes. And just take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And repeat that 2 more times at your pace, just in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And just really consciously assisting in the exhale, anything that needs to be released from the body. And just have it be carried with that exhale breath to another space, to another time, to its next evolutionary step. Continuing the cycle and the circle of life. Every breath you take in and out. And as you prepare your body and really become present in this moment, with your next thought, visualize, pretend, or imagine a white golden light hovering over your crown chakra. Your crown chakra is located right in the center of the top of your head. And allow yourself to see that cloud of divine cleansing light become available for you and hover over your head. And when you are ready, and only when you are ready, visualize this light enter with your next breath through the crown chakra. And continue to be guided with your breath running through the center of your body, parallel to your spine, and traveling down to your third eye between your brow. I'm sorry, in your brow between your eyes, And then allow that light to travel down to your throat, picking up any debris and discordant energy as it moves down to your heart chakra, right in the center of your chest. And allowing it to continue to travel downward through your solar plexus, right where your gut is. And then continuing to travel down past your navel to your sacral chakra, right under the navel. Picking up and cleansing and picking up debris until it finally reaches the end of your spinal cord where your root chakra lies. And allowing it to kind of settle in that area, in your pelvis, and out through your thighs, through the bottom of the soles of your feet. And you offer this energy to Mother Earth, where it becomes recycled and mixed and mingled with her power and her energy, and the gifts that Mother Earth wishes for you to receive. Continue to breathe. And with your next thought, now visualize, imagine, or pretend as the energy rises up from Mother Earth through the soles of your feet, through your legs, and up into your root chakra, right at the base of the spine. And many of you may know the colors of the chakras, but today I'm being guided to allow this light to turn any color that your heart desires. Whatever color first comes to mind, try not to judge, try not to intervene. Allow what is to be and see that color continue to grow in its intensity before you invite the light to travel up through the center of your body, the same way it traveled down through every chakra, up to the sacral chakra. And you don't necessarily have to change colors unless that's what you desire. And allowing whatever that color is to heal and permeate the next chakra as you travel up to the next chakra. Go at your speed, whatever you visualize, as you continue to invite this light up. For example, mine is in the heart chakra right now, and wherever yours is totally fine. As long as you continue to invite it to rise up through the rest of the chakras until you see it at the crown. Use your breath to guide you. Use your vision to show you. And when you are ready, and only when you are ready, allow this light to shoot up out of your crown chakra and create a fountain of energy that covers you, trickles down, covers your body with this light. This light is healing. This light is cleansing. And this color that you chose will be your accepting color for the rest of this eclipse season. Your accepting color is the color that's going to help you to surrender, to accept what is, to relinquish control when you need a reminder. You can use this color by wearing it, visualizing it, doing this same practice we did here today, and using it over and over again to help you ground in acceptance. Take a moment to breathe in gratitude for being shown. Take a moment to anchor this new ally to help you move through any difficult energy when it comes to surrendering. And receive it and allow it to show up in your life. And when you are ready, only when you are ready, allow it to dissipate and disappear and integrate into your being. Take a few grounding breaths as you begin to invite your surroundings and you begin to feel your physical presence here and now. Take another grounding breath and begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And every moment feeling more anchored in your physical body. And noticing any differences as you become more grounded in the present moment. Maybe you're feeling lighter or more calm and peaceful. And just take a moment to acknowledge how your body feels. And as you become more anchored in it, take your hands and maybe rub them together, or maybe rub them on top of your thighs. Just bringing every little piece of you back here and now. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Thank you, collective. Thank you for being here. Thank you for receiving. And feel free to use that practice at any moment. Come back to this report. Make it your own and use it as many times as you need to during this portal to bring you to your body and help you to stay out of here and stay in here. And I'm sending you a big hug with tons of love. See you in the new moon, everyone.